Hey there everybody, the Target Drone here. Hey, I wanted to take things a little different direction. I've kind of gotten away from my little role-playing roots I did back in the DayZ days, and I kind of got wanting to try that in the Star Citizen. So I'm going to try to make a little episode here where it's more like a kind of a noir detective novel type thing in the Star Citizen universe. So let me know what you think. What a night. I crawled out of bed with a taste of stale cigarettes and cheap gin in my mouth that matched the dry sourness of my soul. Oh, creaked a bit. My boots scraped across the gritty floor and reminded me that I'd slept in my EVA suit yet again. What a night. The benefit of a spacesuit, though, is it not only keeps out the cold vacuum of space, but it also keeps the stink in. I'd take care of that with a shower later, but for now, I had an appointment with the hair of the dog. I stumbled into the place we lovingly refer to as the bar. It may have had a name, but that sort of nicety was wasted on its usual occupants. It was empty as could be expected this time of day. I liked this place because people kept to themselves. In fact, truth be known, the only thing more watered down than the whiskey was the conversation. As I started to consider what to drink for my breakfast, my comm stab chirped. I scowled as the only people I could expect to call me at that time of day were collection agencies and Andy. But it was Andy, and that was a good sign. I hit the accept button and shut my camera off. I don't need a lecture this time of day. Good morning, beautiful. What brings you out this time of day, babe? I called her babe because I knew she hated it. It was that kind of friendship.
Good morning yourself, Percy. You sound a bit rough this morning.
She called me Percy because she knew I hated that. Yeah, that kind of friendship. Yeah, I was working late last night. I was just trying to finish some things up in the office this morning.
Good try, Percy. But you left your camera on and I can see the bar in the background.
What? Damn it. Okay, you caught me, fine. So what do I owe this pleasure this morning?
I have a job I need you to do for me. If you are willing, standard rate.
You see, Andy and I went way back. The first time I met Andromeda, she was standing over me with a gun. It was a big automatic, you know the kind. All shiny with chrome and ivory grips. We had been working a case from different directions. Luckily, we were able to move past that. Andy'd opened up a high-end detective agency and was doing well. She always did have the head for business. She even offered me a job working for her, but I don't take orders so well, so I declined. So yeah, I'm my own private dick. Hey, get your head out of the gutter, you pervert. I'm talking about being a private eye, not a gigolo. She occasionally threw work my way when she was stretched thin or needed something shady done. So, what kind of work are you talking about, Andy?
It's an insurance investigation. The lady came in last night and told me how her husband had been killed in an accident. The big insurance company was refusing to pay, saying it was a suicide. She's understandably upset and wants us to look into it. She wants to prove he didn't off himself.
I thought, an insurance investigation? That seemed a bit mundane for someone like me. What's the catch? So I said, Andy, an insurance investigation? That seems a bit mundane for someone like me. What's the catch? That kind of took her back.
The guy worked for Corvilex. He was on the station when it blew. The company is saying he was responsible for the explosion. Any evidence would be on the station.
Okay, now it all fell into place just like a jigsaw puzzle. The Corvilex station explosion was the worst space disaster since the Mutilate cruiser liner ran into an asteroid a couple of years ago. The station had lost a majority of its personnel. An explosion vented the place inside the space, released toxic fumes, and some say there's radioactive material in there as well, or at least so the story went. All told, more than 60 people were snuffed out before the rescue team could arrive. This guy in question was being blamed for the explosion. That made him either a very careless, suicidal, or a Class A scapegoat. And now she wanted me to go stick my nose into ground zero. So, Andy, you want me to go into Corvilex and sniff around? Last I heard, that station was condemned due to radiation and unsound structure. Corlex has put that place off limits as a threatened deadly force and protecting their industrial secrets. So to do what you ask, you want me to brave radiation exposure, the risk of being crushed or trapped in a dead station, arrested by the Space Patrol for criminal trespass, or taken out by Corvalex security? All for the standard rate. I don't think so, darling. She didn't quite know what to say about that.
Well, when you put it that way, it does sound a bit selfish. How about a 20% bonus to your regular fee for hazard pay? We will kick in on the treatment cost if you get radiation poisoning. That is about as good as I can do. Percy.
Well, all I wanted to hear is that you cared, babe. I'll see what I can do. How soon do you need this?
The sooner the better. The widow is in a bit of a jam with the insurance climbing up, and the company is holding the guy's pay until they determine who is at fault.
Alright, Andy. Like I said, I'll see what I can do. It was time to go see my secret favorite lady. She had some miles on her, but still held her own. I called her Spirit. It was arguable whether that moniker was because she could slip through the deep black of space without a trace, or because she had one foot in the grave. I guess that's not fair, as she's never let me down. We've been through a lot together. She was dark and could run semi-stealthy. She was kind of my partner in crime, well, so to speak. Well, I slipped inside her, and for the last time, get your mind out of the gutter. Took my little seat that was worn to fit my butt. Tried to fire her up. She's like me. She had a little hard time getting started in the mornings. But at some point, she did go ahead and light on.
Systems are online.
Come on, baby. After she purred to life, I got the impression that she was straining to get back into the silence of space. She did like a good ride.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
Trying to get away from Grimhex with all the rocks floating here with a hangover was not my idea of a great way to start the day. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, they sounded pleasant, but they would pull your fillings out if they found you dead in the station. I pulled up my Moby glass. I wanted to make sure that Andy had posted the job so I could expect to get a quick payment. Not to say that she's crooked by any means, but sometimes it took a little longer to get the money than what my bill collectors would like. And sure enough, it does seem to be up there, and I am just going to go ahead and accept that, and that way we can have a clean transfer. Punched up the map and locked in the Corvalex station. Once we cleared the landing pad, I turned Spirit around and we spooled up the quantum drive. Station people didn't like when you went quantum so close to the station, but they'll get over it. I felt the familiar electrical tingle on my skin, that discomfort you get when you go quantum. A feeling of acceleration. The station ahead loomed dark and dead like the eyes of a fish that had been to market for too long. There were beacons around it to warn off travelers, but the station itself appeared lifeless. Luckily, the patrols had become rare, yet there was a ship there right now. This was now a tourist attraction reserved only for out-of-town guests to come and observe and ponder. Not many guests came to Crusader. I shut down my engines, went stealth mode, tried to look like a hole in space. Thought I'd sit here and give that ship some time to move off, and then kind of keep a watch before I start heading in. Alright guys, well that was it, episode 1. Let me know what you think. We'll continue it. Probably go 2 or 3 more episodes. So anyway, see you next video. I set off in the distance with my engines shut down and watched